Today you're going to discover biblical details that many Christians don't know. Only 5% get everything right. Can you do it? Let's find out. Who got angry when the prodigal son came back? A. The father. B. The older brother. C. The neighbors. D. The son's friend. Correct answer, B. The older brother. The older brother became upset when he saw the celebration prepared for the prodigal son because he felt it was unfair that someone who had wasted his inheritance received such a warm welcome. He refused to join the celebration and confronted his father, revealing his feeling that his own faithful service had never been rewarded in the same way. In the parable of the wheat and the weeds, who sowed the good seed? A. The enemy. B. The Pharisees. C. The disciples. D. The Son of Man. Correct answer, D. The Son of Man. In the parable, Jesus explains that he is the one who sows the good seed, representing his people. The enemy sows the weeds at night, creating a mixture that is hard to tell apart at first. Jesus says both grow together until the harvest, when the angels will make the final separation between wheat and weeds, showing how evil works quietly while God's kingdom continues to grow. What happened in Joshua's battle against the Amorites? A. Joshua fled the city. B. The enemy army won. C. God made the sun stand still and Israel won. D. The Jordan River dried up. Correct answer, C. God made the sun stand still and Israel won. In the battle, God first sent a storm of large hailstones that killed more enemies than Israel's swords did. Then, at Joshua's request, the sun and the moon stood still, giving the people time to complete the victory. It was a unique moment when God intervened in a powerful and direct way to secure Israel's triumph. What did Ezekiel see written on the scroll? A. Prophecies about Babylon. B. Laments, mourning, and woe. C. Laws of the temple. D. Stories of the patriarchs. Correct answer, B. Laments, mourning, and woe. God instructed Ezekiel to eat a scroll filled with lamentations, mourning, and sorrow, symbolizing the difficult messages he would have to deliver to the people of Israel. Even though the message was bitter in content, Ezekiel said it tasted sweet like honey in his mouth, showing the contrast between the heaviness of the mission and the honor of receiving God's word. Where did Jesus meet the Samaritan woman? A. On Mount Gerizim. B. In the temple in Jerusalem. C. At Jacob's well. D. By the Jordan River. Correct answer, C. At Jacob's well. Jesus stopped at Jacob's well near the city of Sychar in Samaria, where he met the Samaritan woman. Sitting there at noon while the disciples went to buy food, he asked her for water and began a conversation that revealed deep truths, including the promise of living water, showing that only he could truly satisfy spiritual thirst. What connected heaven and earth in Jacob's dream? A. A bright cloud. B. A pillar of fire. C. A ladder. D. A river of light. Correct answer, C. A ladder. The ladder in Jacob's dream represented the connection between heaven and earth, showing that God was present even while Jacob was fleeing from Esau. Angels were going up and down, revealing that the Lord was watching over him and guiding his journey. Later, Jesus referenced this image in John 1:51, revealing that he himself is the true connection between God and humanity. Who provided the loaves and fish for the miracle of feeding the 5,000? A. One of the disciples. B. A woman in the crowd. C. a young boy, D, a curious Pharisee. Correct answer, C, a young boy. The boy's name is not mentioned in the Bible. We only know that a young boy had 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, a simple meal for that time. He was among the crowd following Jesus and offered what he had when the disciples didn't know how to feed so many. With this small lunch, Jesus performed the miracle that fed more than 5,000 people, and 12 baskets of leftovers were gathered afterward. What role did Nehemiah have in the king's court? A, royal advisor. B, palace scribe. C, army general. D, the king's cupbearer. Correct answer, D, the king's cupbearer. Nehemiah was the cupbearer to King Artaxerxes, a position of great trust because he tasted the king's drinks to prevent poisoning. Even while living in the Persian court, he received news about Jerusalem's ruins and asked the king for permission to return. He also obtained official letters and resources for the journey. Once there, he organized the people and led the rebuilding of the walls, facing opposition and threats while coordinating defense and restoration. How long had the man been sick at Bethesda? A, 12 years. B, 20 years. C, 28 years. D, 38 years. Correct answer, D, 38 years. At the pool of Bethesda, where many sick people waited because they believed the first person to enter when the water stirred would be healed, there was a man who had been suffering for 38 years and was never able to reach the pool. Jesus healed him instantly, telling him to get up and walk, which caused criticism from Jewish leaders because it happened on a Sabbath. Lot raised offspring through his A, servants, B, wives, C, daughters, D, sisters-in-law. Correct answer, C, daughters. After the destruction of Sodom, Lot's daughters, fearing there were no men left to give them descendants, got their father drunk and had children by him. From this came Moab and Ben-Ami, the ancestors of the Moabites and the Ammonites. Congratulations on making it this far. Every question you answered today was a chance to know God's Word better. May this quiz strengthen your faith and inspire your heart to keep exploring the Scriptures. Comment below how many questions you got right and which fact surprised you the most. Don't stop here. Watch the next quiz and keep learning and challenging yourself.